So, news broke this morning that reigning IndyCar champion Alex Palou would be leaving the Chip Ganassi racing team at the end of the season for a move to McLaren. Okay, cool, why do I care about that? It's IndyCar silly season at the moment. Well, the thing is, late last night, Chip Ganassi claimed that the Spaniard would be racing for them in 2023 instead. Hey there guys, I'm Will, welcome to FP1, and let's break this mess down. So let's start with some background info on this whole debacle. Alex Palou was a Spanish racing driver currently in his third season of the NTT IndyCar series. Now, I've covered a few races on this channel before, but if you've never watched it, just imagine Formula 1, except you don't need a fake Netflix series to make it exciting. Palou had a pretty decent junior career, picking up P3 in Euroformula Open on his car racing debut in 2014. He'd then go one better with a second place finish in Spanish Formula 3 that same year. Now, admittedly, for a while after this, his career died off quicker than Nelson Piquet's credibility, though his Spanish heritage did put him in contention for an F1 seat at the proposed new Campos entry for 2019. But as we know, this never came to fruition. Instead, Palou would head to Super Formula for 2019, having a strong season and taking P3 in the championship once again. And it would be this result that catapulted them into the NTT IndyCar series for 2020, snapped up by Dale Coyne Racing for the season. And as far as debuts go, it wasn't too bad for Palou, finishing 2020 as the second highest rookie and 16th, with a debut podium in Road America, turning the heads of some of the bigger names in the sport. Two meanings to that one. Palou would move to Chip Ganassi Racing for 2021, where he immediately hit the ground running with a win in the opening round at Alabama, and followed this up with a further 7 podiums and 2 wins to seal the IndyCar crown ahead of Joseph Newgarden and Pato O'Ward. And that brings us on to 2022, where Palou currently sits 4th in the IndyCar standings and is more than in contention to successfully defend his title. He's not been able to stand on top of the rostrum just yet, but 4 podiums in the first half of the season isn't bad going at all. So then where has all this gone wrong? July 12th, 2022. Chip Ganassi came out with a statement announcing the extension of Alex Palou's contract through 2023. The announcement comes with quotes allegedly from both team owner Chip Ganassi and Alex himself. That said, Palou's response looks like it's been written by a 5-year-old. Regardless, all seems normal. Palou wasn't rumoured to be going anywhere else for 2023, and given his good start to the season, on the surface, it seems that there was no need to switch teams. But that would all change 3 hours later. Alex Palou would take to his social media channels to have a very different statement on the matter. I've recently learned from the media that this afternoon, without my approval, Chip Ganassi Racing issued a press release announcing that I would be driving with CGR in 2023. Even more surprising was that CGR's release included a quote which did not come from me. I did not approve that press release, I did not author or approve the quote. As I have recently informed CGR, for personal reasons I do not intend to continue with the team after 2022. This evening's unfortunate events aside, I have great respect for the CGR team and look forward to finishing the season strongly together. So with Alex now definitely not staying at CGR, where would he end up? Well, within the hour, McLaren would put out a statement welcoming Palou to the team instead, this time with a real quote from the reigning world champion. The whole situation raises many questions. What caused the divide between Ganassi and Palou? How little brain cells does one need to embarrass themselves the way Ganassi have done in the last 12 hours? And perhaps most importantly, will Palou actually be racing in IndyCar next year? You see, while Alex was announced as signing for McLaren, he never specifically signed for our McLaren SP, just the racing group on a whole. Realistically then, he could end up at any of the main F1 team, IndyCar, Formula E, Extreme E, or Esports. Yeah, maybe not that last one. The IndyCar team currently field a 2-car lineup, with Pato O'Ward and Felix Rosenqvist. However, we're expected to expand that to 3 race cars for the 2023 season, with Alex Rossi already signed on from Andretti. But then what happens to Palou, especially when the rumour mill points Daniel Ricciardo in that direction as well if McLaren get fed up with him in Formula 1? Well, I think the answer lies with their Formula E team, which is currently sat gathering dust like the series deserves. My hatred for it aside, here's what I think will go down. Palou will remain in IndyCar, taking Rosenqvist's seat and partnering O'Ward and Rossi, while Felix pulls the short straw and ends up back in Formula E for 2023. That anyway would make the most sense. Rosenqvist already has FE experience and is a proven race winner in the series, thus making him an ideal candidate to lead the team in their first year in the category. As for Daniel Ricciardo, well, being the simp that I am, I just don't want to talk about it. We still have 8 races left in this year's IndyCar season though, so I'm sure there's plenty more time for this to change. I just wonder if Palou and Ganassi can keep their differences aside for that long. I mean, this entire situation has now turned into one big dumpster fire, which I have a feeling will burn for quite a while yet. Even during the making of this video, Ganassi have come out and claimed their deal with Palou is watertight. This can only end well, can't it? Anyway, let me know your thoughts on this mess down in the comments below. And if you enjoyed the video, be sure to drop it a like and share it about, as that really helps support the growth of the channel. We're also closing in on 50,000 subscribers, so if you haven't clicked that big red button yet, I'd really appreciate it. Finally, a massive thank you to my patrons that make this all possible, and I'll see you all in the next one.